Good morning, friend. It's Darragh. Welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. We're on the No Buy Rebellion and I'm on my way to the thrift store. And I was reading the comments to my last video and a couple of things really got me thinking, and I wanted to just briefly talk about it before I show you anything I get at the thrift store. And that is, someone commented, a good friend of mine here on YouTube, her name is Jules. I'll link her channel below. But she said that she still struggles with advertisements and stuff on YouTube. And I wanted to touch on that because, firstly, I don't have any social media other than this YouTube channel. And that's personally, or for my YouTube channel. So I don't have any personal social media at all. I haven't had a Facebook in over 10 years. I've never had, I tried to have a TikTok for the channel. I deleted it. I was like, this is dumb. So yeah, I've just been social media free for so long, besides YouTube. I don't consider YouTube social media to the same extent as others. However, I feel like it's pushing that direction since we've had shorts and the community posts. I feel like before that, I really didn't consider YouTube social media at all, but now now it's getting there, you know what I mean? But I wanted to talk about that because I've done a lot in shading myself from these types of advertisements. So firstly, not having social media is a big one, but also to have unsubscribed from loads of emails. And I mean, I still do this daily because there's a lot of companies that they have so many different email lists. Like it'll be like, oh, well, you unsubscribed from the monthly, but you didn't unsubscribe from the weekly, or you didn't unsubscribe from the ads and promos. There'll be 12 different email lists. So you might unsubscribe from the same company 12 times or more before you're not seeing their emails. So this is something even still daily, I might unsubscribe from 1 to 2 emails when I get them. Also too, I just feel clearly they sell our information because I'm getting emails for stuff and I'm like, I know I didn't sign up for this, contacts and stuff. I'm like, I never tried to buy contacts on easycontacts.com. So why am I randomly now getting emails for them? And then I'm unsubscribing from those emails. So I feel like what I want to say is it's something you have to actively keep doing, and that it's not just enough to have willpower. You have to really have a why you don't want to buy something, and a good motivation, a good reason, I should say, not motivation, a good reason behind that why. And you have to train yourself to, every time you see that advertisement or want to buy something, you need to train yourself to stop and ask questions. That's the biggest thing that I could say, because I used to be in sales, and I was actually really great at sales. And the way that I was great at sales was by being honest and transparent, because people loved that. I mean, my company would ask me to speak on how do you have these sales? And I would be like, I don't know what else to say. I'm literally just honest and transparent with the customer. I would literally say hey, they don't want me to tell you this, but this. And people would be like, that's why I love you, because you're not afraid to tell me the truth. You're not trying to lie to me to make a sale. It's crazy to say that you can actually be a very honest salesperson and make really good money. But the problem is that most people who are salespeople aren't really honest. And one of the things that you should say in my company's training, and ultimately the reason I left this company, because I was like, I'm not okay with any of this. I'm an honest person. And one of the things that they would train us to do would be to make the sale essentially as quick as possible, because you don't want the person to have enough time to talk themselves out of it. And to make sure you make the sale while the person is in front of you, or if you're on the phone, or if you're on a virtual call or whatever you're doing, you don't want the person to get off of that line of communication. You want them to make the sale first. And that is because many people, once they get off of that call and they talk to their family or friends or spouse or whoever, or even just have time for themselves to think or do a little research on, they're going to change their mind. So you want to make the sale as quick as possible, and you want to make it while the person is right in front of you. And that was a huge thing in my company. I mean, we used to actually get reprimanded. We would have to keep track of, sorry if that tassel is bothering you. We would have to keep track of how many touches is what they would say, how many touches with the contact. So studies show that it takes 7 touches to take someone's money. And that's just the truth. A lot of times when the first time you hear a brand that you've never heard before, it doesn't mean you're going to go buy from them. But if you see a TikTok advertisement, then you see your favorite influencer on YouTube talk about it, and then, you know, a family member says, oh yeah, I tried that and I did like it, you are so much more likely to then go buy that product than just the first time you saw that ad. And a lot of people don't realize how many times they actually might have seen an ad for something before they spend their money. Because, you know, we're swiping through things, and first of all, for me, if it's an ad, done, I'm not looking at it. But you don't know how many times you might have actually seen that more subliminally and not really consciously, and that you actually probably saw that brand about 7 times before you bought from them or heard their name, whatever it is, about 7 times. And so that was something else they taught us in sales. And I think seeing from that perspective, what companies, the lengths companies will go to sell to you, because you have to understand that the majority of companies make their money by selling goods. Now, obviously, a lot of companies make money, investments and fees and things like that, but the majority of companies that we see that are advertising to us, that have an advertising budget, it's generally product. It's physical goods or virtual goods or subscription goods, something to where, like, I'm buying something. It might not necessarily be physical, but I am buying something. I'm buying access to something. I'm buying a physical product that's going to be mailed to me. I'm buying a subscription service. I'm buying something. And so it's insane the lengths these companies go to sell. And there are whole careers set up and designed to do these studies to see the best way to sell to people. This isn't someone that's like, oh, we tried this and it worked better, so we're going to do that. Oh, sales are up because we've done this. No, this is like whole sectors of the economy that is specifically there to see the best way to sell to us. And there is no ethical or moral standard in these companies. I mean, I was literally just watching a video the other day, and it was showing someone who used to work for Facebook. And she was the exact reason she left Facebook was because they had gotten to the point where if someone would have deleted a post, like even someone who's very young, let me turn my blinky off because I'm at a red line anyway. If, say, like someone who's not even 18, like 16 years old, deletes a photo, that it would prompt the algorithm to immediately show them things about self-esteem, like makeup or cosmetic surgery or just any type of cosmetic or something like that. Because it's saying that because the person deleted that selfie or video or whatever it is, that, you know, maybe they're not feeling the best about themselves. And so they're immediately advertising them cosmetics. And so it's literally a drawn out process to say each click you do, I mean, every click you do, if you look at say you look at a video on YouTube, but you don't click it, but you know, you're reading the title, you're reading the thumbnail, whatever you're doing, you're looking at the thumbnail. YouTube tracks that. Oh, you looked at this for 1 second, but you looked at this for 3 seconds. That means I'm going to show you that more. And then eventually it's like, oh, well, you looked at this for 5 seconds. I'm going to show you that now. You ever look at your YouTube and you're like, man, why is it showing me the same 5 videos under every category? You're like, I'm trying to find something different. No, they don't want you to watch something different. They want you to watch what they know you look at. Because at the end of the day, you're the commodity. You're the product. When something is free, you're the product. And what they're actually selling is your time, not to you, to advertisers. These companies, one of the ways they make their money is advertisements. And the best way that they can market to these advertisers to advertise on their platform is to show studies that you're watching them. So if they can get you to stay on for an extra 7 minutes, they just made more money off of you because they sold that to the advertiser. And then not to mention if they can get you to come back to the app. You ever notice how if you're watching, say, like I said, I never use like TikTok or anything, so I'm not very educated on what it looks like from the user's perspective, but I don't need to, because I know this is how it works, because it's not going to work any other way. And that is that it's the second that you click off of that app, they are going to notify you, because they're going to try to bring you back to that app. So, oh, you just watched TikTok for 2 hours, okay? And then you clicked off because you're like, oh, I'm done. Now I'm going to go do something else or whatever. Well, then you're going to get a notification 30 seconds later to get back onto TikTok. And the reason they do this is because they know you're going to come back. The more they can keep you on an app, and this is the same for YouTube as well. Any app like this, the more they can keep you on the app, the more money they're making off of you. Not to mention now, that used to be the main sales model. Now, obviously, these apps sell to you as well. So like, I like TikTok Shop, you know? And the thing with those is that it's getting more difficult to even tell the difference between an ad and a social media post. I mean, even on YouTube, I see this because I don't go through YouTube Shorts very often, but every now and then I go through them because I like to watch the people who I actually subscribe to. Like, I'll click on them. And then if I scroll to the next one, many times it's an ad. But have you ever done that? And you think you're watching someone's video and then all of a sudden you see the little ad thing pop up. You're like, holy shit, this is an ad. I didn't even realize this was an ad. And I mean, you know, I have an astrophysics degree. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I have 128 IQ. So, I mean, I feel like I'm at least above the average consumer, and I get tricked by this. It's designed this way. I mean, it's designed until you change your perspective and understand everything you look at. Think of it from this perspective. Who has something to gain from this? You ever watch Sherlock Holmes? He always says, the suspect is who has something to gain, okay? Who has something to gain? If you're watching a YouTube video, just like you're watching this YouTube video right now, what do I have to gain from you watching this YouTube video? What does YouTube have to gain from you watching this YouTube video? Well, YouTube's keeping you on the app, so they're getting money from their advertisers. There was probably some type of ad on this video. They're getting paid for that. Hell, you might even click it and buy something and make them more money. I mean, I'm not even monetized. So at this point, I don't really have anything financially to gain, but that is what you would need to change your perspective to look at something every time you do something. Who has something to gain and what are they gaining from it? If you think in that term, in that perspective, it'll really shift your buying habits without even needing physical motivation to not buy something. Because everyone enjoys buying things. I do too. I'm going to the thrift store right here. Guess what? My favorite coffee shop is 2 doors down from the thrift store. I'd love to go in there right now and get a pot of gold latte. I love me a pot of gold latte. But I'm not going to. And it's not because I don't want to support the coffee shop, because this is a small family-owned coffee shop. I literally know the people that own this coffee shop. So I don't feel bad at all about spending money there. But at the end of the day, I also need to live. So it's not conducive to me to buy coffee every single time I leave my house. But if I want to treat myself and get a coffee there, I don't need to feel bad about supporting that business. But what I'm trying to say is that when you're changing your perspective and thinking of every time the money leaves my pocket, guess what? It's not mine anymore. It's mine when it's in my pocket, but when it's gone, it's not mine anymore. And if you feel good about that, if you think, yes, I like this coffee shop, I know the owners of this coffee shop. I know they treat their employees well at this coffee shop. The coffee's damn good at this coffee shop. I'm going to be happy with drinking my coffee. I'm going to have a great day because of this coffee shop. And it ain't going to put me back by spending $4 to $6 at this coffee shop. Spend the money. Enjoy it. Don't feel shame. Enjoy it. What I'm talking about is when this money is taken from you. It's trickery. There's nothing morally or ethically right about it. It's not a good and service that you need. It's not a symbiotic relationship between the business and the person, because that's what business should be. Business should be a win-win for both parties, okay? The coffee shop makes money. I get a delicious coffee. That's the transaction involves the money, but that's not necessarily what I'm buying. Or that's not I'm buying the delicious coffee that's going to make me happy. You know what I mean? So just like right now, I'm going into the thrift store. I'm not going into the thrift store to buy a bunch of crap. I'm literally looking for 1 to 2 nice pairs of jeans. Something I've never talked about on the channel, but I've lost over 50 pounds. And it's getting to the point where I don't really care that all of my tops are big. Not a big deal. Baggy's kind of in right now. Who cares? But my jeans and my pants are getting so large that it's uncomfortable and it looks ridiculous even trying to wear a belt. So I've been kind of consistently now for the past few months just to try to buy these. I've been to a few thrift stores. I haven't found anything yet. This one just opened in my area and it's humongo. So I'm going to try this one and see if I can find like a nice pair of like vintage Levi's or Lee or something. Hopefully like no spandex or 1% spandex, something that's going to last. Even though we're going to spend $6 on them, I still want them to last. It's about changing your perspective to benefiting yourself. Start investing in benefiting yourself, okay? Because you're worth that. You do not need to watch an advertisement, feel bad about yourself, and then give that same freaking company the money to sell you the solution. That's the bullshit I'm talking about. And I've had a lot of comments on my last videos who were talking about the much bigger picture. And I completely agree with pretty much every comment on that video. I agree with, but that's not what my channel is about. And that's not what I'm talking about. What I want to talk about is the regular everyday transactions that we make. You know, a lot of people, I work at a bank. I see people's transactions. You might not be one of these people, but I see people with over 20 debit card purchases a day, like every day, over 20. Like, we're trying to go back through transactions from just 2 weeks ago, and I'm scrolling page after page after page. That's not me. That's probably not you if you're watching this video, but that is a lot of the population. And that's something that prompted this video. I'm seeing these charges over and over and over again on people's accounts, and I'm just like, man, they're getting overdraft fees, and it's like, there's people getting overdraft fees, like a $38 overdraft fee for a $17 purchase. Come on, guys. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I want to talk about. It's this everyday stuff that's simple to change. You don't need to do anything drastic or crazy to change these types of purchases. And once again, I'm not saying that you should never treat yourself or never have anything that you enjoy or love. I'm not saying that at all. I just want you to stop, think, take a step back, ask yourselves a few questions before making the purchase. Like I said, I'm going into this thrift store. Just because everything here is cheap as hell doesn't mean I'm just going to buy everything, because I don't need it. And I don't think every single purchase should be a need. I think it's fine to purchase once. But if that's what you're doing all day long and you're in debt and you're struggling because of it, something's got to give. And that's what I want to talk about on this channel. Regular everyday stuff that you can do to improve your life, improve your finances, and honestly just change the way that these corporations are allowed to do business, because it's not right that this is legal. I think it's absolutely bullshit that a corporation, and when I say corporation, really I'm talking about the top few percent of people. I'm not talking about people who make $1 million a year. I'm talking about people who make $1 billion a year, okay? These are the people that do these things. And honestly, I am a firm believer that money is the root of all evil, because once again, like I said in my last video, when everything costs money and the only way to make money is to work, that's not the only way for all people. Obviously, these super wealthy don't make money by working. That's for damn sure. They make money because 3 generations ago had money and it's all invested. They're living off of dividends, baby. They're not living off of work. They're living off of our work. They ain't living off of their own. I'm talking about those types of people. People who have absolutely no idea what it's like to sit in the parking lot of a thrift store and contemplate whether I should get a $6 coffee because is it going to put me back to where I can't pay my rent. That's the kind of people that I'm talking about. And that's the kind of people I'm making videos for. Regular people just like me. I don't make money off of YouTube. I'm not monetized. I'm not sponsored. I'm a regular person with a regular job, with a regular family. And I want to help you as much as I possibly can, even if that's just by motivating you, giving you something to watch to where you're not spending money, because that's what I do. There's so many people on here. 2 of my absolute favorite channels, Timothy Ward, According to Nicole. Find them, subscribe to them, watch them. Watching even just one video like that a day really helps me to keep that motivation level high. So I'm not getting those low feelings, and my next thought is, maybe I need a treat. This would make me feel better. Because you know what? It almost never does. It really almost never does. And you know what really feels like crap? Having so much stuff at home, I can't find things that I need. That's what feels like crap. There might be a few seconds of gratification from buying something new. And I completely understand that. I feel it myself. Like, I completely get it. But you know what doesn't feel great? Debt. Not being able to buy things that you need because you bought things you want. Not being able to go on a vacation, not to have a great experience with your family or friends because you don't have the money. Those things feel like shit. And maybe you do have an income problem. A lot of people do. Some people just physically don't make enough for their area to live well, and they're going to live paycheck to paycheck. I get it. I've been there. I'm only just above that right now as we speak. I just got a promotion at work, and that promotion at work is going to help me. But it's not going to help me if that extra money goes to spending versus saving and investing. That's what I want to do, because I'm looking at the long run, the big picture of I am worth financial stability, not lining CEOs' pockets to buy shit that ain't even good. You know, like this isn't even, I'm not talking about things that add value to your life. I'm talking about junk that breaks after a few uses, or clothes that look like crap after a few wears. I'm talking about that junk. Collectively, let's just stop buying it, okay? Let's stop buying it. Let's send a message of, we don't want junk. We want nice things. We want to have our homes be decorated with nice things that last. Okay, we want our clothes to be decent and last. That's the kind of message that I'm trying to get out. Now I'm about to go in here to the thrift store, see if I can find a pair of jeans. If I find something, I'll let you know. If not, this right here is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found any value in it, please give it a like. Subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. I don't care. I'm not your mom. But I just want everyone here to know that you have power in your own life. You have direction. You are the power of attorney. Nobody else. It's you. We're in a really shit economy right now for a lot of reasons. And I'm not a political person, but I see, working at a bank, I see everyone struggling. And let me tell you something. If you're on minimum wage and you're struggling, people making $25 an hour are struggling. People making $35 an hour are struggling. I see it every day at my job. More money, more problems. And I see people every day make 6 figures and they're going into foreclosure. It's everyone right now. It's everyone. It's not that top percent, but everyone else down here. The bottom 50%, we're all struggling just as much. Stop being enemies to each other. Let's work together. Do something cohesive. Send a fucking message. We're not taking this shit anymore. And like I said in my last video, I'm going to say at the end of any video, from now on, every dime I spend will be of my own willpower. Not because some fucking advertisement made me feel bad about myself. Not because some influencer told me this is the best thing ever. And not because everyone else has it. And if I don't, God forbid, I might look poor. See you in the next one.